to episode Lucky 13. The very important people talking about very important things. Podcast. That is a mouthful. I am your host, Cameron, along with my dependable, very important co-host, John. How are you, John?
Oh, wonderful, as always.
As always. And then new host, Noah and Micah. Noah, you've been on here or there. Micah, second time, but how are you two guys doing today?
Doing great.
Yeah, I'm good. we can see you now, Micah. Anyone watching on YouTube?
Yeah, this is me.
Okay.
There I am.
Mugging it up. Let's see. There's a lot I wanted to talk about today. So it is Memorial Day as we are recording today. Hopefully a good Memorial Day. Of course, important to remember Memorial Day for all our veterans and everything, of which you are, Noah. So I just want to say thank you for your service.
Oh, I mean, it's
Memorial. I know it's different than veterans, but I'm just tangent.
Yeah, fair.
And any guys do anything today?
Went to the gym. Really happy for that. Got sleep in. Didn't have to go to work. Time with the wife and my dogs. It was good.
I think me and John were lazy. What'd you do today, Micah?
I took a nap.
Okay. Hey, we're very important people.
Raise that sweet backdrop. Poke cards.
Yeah,
Built PC.
I cleaned up my office. I vacuumed it and picked up some papers that were lying around that the kids had brought in, and I organized my stuff. So just collectibles that I think are cool. You know, got a Beckett Dark Magician Yu-Gi-Oh starter deck, graded number 9 from Beckett, which is like mint. And then I've got a Time Wizard from that set, that initial set as well. Only graded an 8, but looks good. You can't tell the difference. And then I've got my Gundam starter decks in the back.
Oh,
Great.
Wild.
I've got a Suzabi limited foil next to it. You can't really see it, but you know.
I'm sure they're very nice.
Yeah.
What type of printer is that? Is that a Canon?
It's
pretty
Canon.
sick.
Yeah. Does it work? Or does it refuse to print because it's out of magenta?
Yeah. But yeah. It's like it's been a couple years. It's printing like grayscale, like not black and white. It's like grayscale now.
Do you even use the printer?
Yeah, Brooke uses it for like documents for work and stuff every now and then. And the kids, I print out coloring pages, mostly Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
The colors, so it's good, you know.
Speaking of which,
If it doesn't work, just get rid of it. But okay.
Before we were recording, I misidentified your Yu-Gi-Oh cards as Pokemon cards. I apologize for that.
Yeah, it's okay, man. It's cool. No worries.
Not even close.
I thought they were Yu-Gi-Oh too.
No. Hands on it.
So, real quick, anything newsworthy? I do want to bring something up just because I've mentioned it before in the past, and Noah, Micah, you guys are way more into anime than me, so maybe it registers differently. But obviously, you guys know I'm a big Tekken guy, and a couple episodes ago I was ranting. Tifa is rumored to be coming to Street Fighter 6 as DLC next year, which is a knife in the heart for Tekken players because we wanted Tifa for years, and now it's like the girl you liked is going with the other guy. So it's heartbreaking, but looked like that's going to happen here. However, Tekken did show their guest character for their final season coming up here. Now, I don't know anything about this, but I'm going to ask here. Noah, Micah, Baki the Grappler, are you aware of this anime or manga?
That is sad. Sad.
Is it good? Is it
bad?
Yeah. Is it good? No?
Baki the Grappler is trash.
Trash?
Trash anime. It's super popular, but it's trash.
I heard it was popular.
Oh, it's popular, but it's trash. It's hot garbage.
Well, it just released.
They don't do the right grapples. Is that what it is? It's not like
Oh,
accurate.
have you
His
never
complaints
watched
are
it?
gravity related.
Have you never tried to watch it?
I never actually watched. I've heard about it. It's been around forever. And I always just assumed like, well, that guy's got a lot of muscles, and it's probably a good, cool show. But yeah, I never watched it.
Yeah, no, it's just the animation quality is terrible. Like it's just completely devoid of any substance. It's just, this impossibly muscled Mary Sue is pursuing his impossibly muscled Mary Sue father and has to go through a bunch of other impossibly muscled Mary Sues in random ass street fights. Like it's absurd. Like there's nothing to it at all. Like I have no idea why it's popular other than the fact that well, in my experience as somebody who does like exercise and take care of themselves, like a lot of people are just kind of unaware of what the human body is capable of or capable of looking like, especially nowadays when you see every fucking teenager on Instagram is pumped full of like gram steroids per week, which is like a lot. And so maybe people look at those impossibly muscled physiques in Baki and look at them as aspirational, or in some ways like they feel like it's identifiable or something that's achievable by them, but it's silly and absurd. Like, well, Tekken got some trash, Cam. That's unfortunate.
Well, the father is the guest character, Yujaro Hanma.
Okay, there
Seriously.
you go. Yeah,
And
it's terrible.
the community is pretty happy about this. They're calling it a win, but I have no idea what the anime is about. So
Well,
Yeah.
is he? I'm guessing he's a Hayachi type character. Yeah.
that's what it's
Dad, the fighter, and you said he's terrible.
I mean, he'd be like, you make Hihachi look like fucking chump. Like like I said, the anime is the most like stupid, zero stakes, Mary Sue ridden bullshit. Like every character like just gets like punched in the face by a fucking tank heat round and just fucking like doesn't even budge and shrugs it off, and then goes and fucking murders a whole army of people with her fists. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid.
So Noah's not a fan of this.
No,
I'm gonna have to. We should all watch it.
You
Come
should.
back next week.
you should.
Well,
You'll be
I-
worse off for it.
Yeah, I'll watch one episode.
Maybe
I'll
one
make that.
episode's all. We'll see.
Oh.
Probably got to do 3. I think my rule is 3 episodes with any series.
That's fair.
That's the minimum to judge, and like, but I'll watch at least one. Just to get a feel.
It's not gonna take you 3. It's dumb.
3 minutes. So that's my little bit of interesting news in my world here. You guys got anything else interesting you want to share? Anything came up in your ecosystem?
I mean, I'll tell you what. Y'all should stop trying to get Tifa in Tekken, and you should get one of the Turks. Or all of the Turks. Just have a Turks character, and the alternate costumes will be the other Turks. That'd be sick. It'd be so much cooler than Tifa.
That's how Cell roll.
Yeah. Hey,
Anything else? Going once? Twice?
I don't have any.
No watch news?
Nope.
What? Oh, no.
oh man.
I had a busy week, so
Any
I didn't
news
have
in
time
the world
to
of
look up-
watches? No.
Everything is dominated by the Swatch collab, man. That's it right now.
Still.
People fighting over
We're still on the Swatch.
fighting over plastic watches, man. It's crazy. Can't even. Well, it's not even a watch. Can't even wear it on your wrist right now unless they make a strap for it. It's a charm.
timepiece.
Yeah.
Timepiece.
Oh.
It's very,
Oh.
very plastic.
Gonna have to Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I know that's the intention, but oof.
All right, well, I want to jump right into it then. So this is a topic I've been sitting on for a while now. Everyone's pretty much had their say in it, and everyone's got an opinion. But we talk about a few things that are rotating on this podcast. So a lot of movies and comic books seem to come up on the regular. I'll mention Tekken every now and then. Watches. D&D, but Magic is another big recurring theme because we're all pretty big Magic players. We had a terrible session the other day, and I'm still trying.
Oh no, that was rad.
I'm still trying to forget that game Friday night. You missed one heck of a game. But
Wait, this Friday you didn't like that game? What?
I mean, it was a couple days ago, but still, I'm still traumatized. So Magic, real quick, what is everyone's background with it? Because the reason I wanted to kind of maybe wait to do it now is we're all kind of have different familiarities with the game, I would say, and different like backgrounds. So let's get some varied input. Because I am kind of curious to see what you guys all say here. But Micah, what about you? How about this? Like, how long you been playing for, and like on a scale of 1 to 10, how involved do you say you are now?
I mean, I first played when I was like, I think I was around 6 years old or something like that, and I didn't know what was going on. We played. You guys got them. You brought them home. We played them a few times, and then they got put away. And then I didn't really start playing until 2000, like, was it 2012 or 13? Like 2012, I think, is when we kind of got into it a little bit.
Yeah. Probably.
They, like, the Scars of Mirrodin, I think, had just come out, whenever that was, like 2014, 2012. And then I played a little bit, very casually, and then I got really into Arena, like that. I got really into Arena.
Say what?
But Paper Magic is just super casual, I like Arena. I just made like crazy decks, had fun, and like mechanics were really fun. But I never really was big into the lore.
You want me to call
or the property, or really anything beyond just trying to break Arena and have fun with that.
Scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with Magic now?
Oh, 1 to 10. Like a 7.5, probably.
7.5. Okay.
On like, how I feel about it. Yeah, it's good.
John, real quick, how long you been playing for, and in 1 to 10, how involved would you say you are?
Let's see. So I started playing at the point that you and Noah were encouraging me to. I think it was because your kid was started playing.
Yeah.
So that was what I think that was Zendikar. So what year would that have been? 2012?
11, 12, I think. Yeah.
Must have been about then. So yeah, I mean at this point, yeah, I guess that's been a pretty long time. I never played when I was a kid. I thought it was not really my type of game. I thought it was pretty dumb when I was younger, actually. So. I was very anti-Magic, and even when you guys were trying to get me to play, I was pretty anti-Magic. I didn't like the idea of buying in to a collectible. I'm not. I guess I'm generally not pro collectible things. I don't like the idea of like buying into collectibles. Yeah. So but well, you got me. I've been playing ever since. So, and darn if we don't play fairly regularly now, so my God. There we go.
It's heavy in the rotation.
Yeah.
1 to 10. Micah put himself at a 7. I would not put Micah at a 7 on a 1 to 10. But
not like how involved. Was that something? How involved I am?
like right now, like yeah, your involvement. Like
a 3. That's like a 3. So I 7.5 was like if I was gonna like rate the game, like quality.
Gotcha.
So I misunderstood. But yeah, like a 3. I'm loosely involved. I don't.
So wait,
John, yeah.
This begs the question: rate the game compared to Yu-Gi-Oh? Because you've got some package-rated Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So Magic is a 7 as far as quality. Where's Yu-Gi-Oh?
I was throwing bombs.
Ooh.
Well, quality was Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is like a 5 in quality.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, but these are collectible. They're they're just cool. I mean, I got like look at this time wizard. He's look at that.
Oh man, look at him.
Okay.
How whimsical.
Anthropomorphic clock.
So you like the game of Magic better than the game of Yu-Gi-Oh?
I think mechanically Magic is like way better than Yu-Gi-Oh, but I like the intellectual property of Yu-Gi-Oh better because I just like I like what they did. It's like a parody of card games.
All right.
I think it's cool. It's fun.
Okay, so
did Brown give a rating?
Is a 3. John, where would you put yourself?
Oh, as far as like how involved I am in the game, I don't buy product very much anymore, and I stopped going to pre-releases. So yeah, but I play every week. Hell, that's got to put me at like at least a 6, because that's probably more than a lot of people play, right? Yeah. 6.
Sounds fair.
Maybe even 7, because I do play pretty darn regularly, and I got a lot of decks.
And you proxy some of your own stuff, so that's a little step more involvement. A little step more involvement. Noah, same thing. Just a quick background and then involvement today. Scale 1 to 10.
Sure. First became aware of and started playing Magic when I was a teenager, so it's like the 90s. I fell away from it because it just didn't really grab my interest, especially as a broke-ass teenager. I couldn't afford to be buying shit all the time, right? I had that same resurgence that I think you started amongst our friend group for a time, was into it, was buying cards, was going to events at shops, fell away from it pretty dramatically. And I still do come by and borrow your guys' decks to play, occasionally. So, I'm less involved than Brown, slightly more involved than Micah, because I guess I play more often than Micah. So I would put myself at a 4. I'll never buy another Magic card or set. I'll play in another pre-release tournament or anything. It's just not... As an adult, I don't feel like it's worth my money. So, there. Even though I enjoy borrowing you guys' decks. Yeah. But I mean, mostly I do that because that's the way to spend time with you guys, right? I mean, if we were playing Dune Imperium or, any other fun board game or whatnot, or nerdy thing, or playing Tekken Heads Up or whatever, like, that's the thing that matters, right? Magic is just kind of the current vehicle for that. So, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So we kind of got the run of the gamut here. So I would say I'm probably an 8. I used to be probably a 9. I would say I do go to pre-releases. I check Magic prices when I'm bored. I listen to Magic podcasts.
Did you do a little speculative Magic investing back in the day?
What?
That did not go well. But it's like a hobby. I just like to check. I don't know. It's a time killer. It's what I kind of do.
Sure.
I am more or less in tuned, and it's been a big hobby, and it still is. I'm not involved as I used to be, money wise and stuff like that. And time, I do other things now, but I'm still pretty ingrained. So, but yeah, we, like you said, Noah, we get together, and usually Magic's kind of default thing we usually do. We just played a couple days ago, Friday night, probably once a month. We just casually play Commander, stuff like that. I play Arena a little bit. Micah, you said you do too. John, Noah, you guys probably don't even know what that is. Okay. Setting the stage. Okay. So we got again, wide range of Magic players here, but we all know it. We play a little bit. So, question I'm going to pop to you guys, and it's the hot topic these last couple years, but Universes Beyond. So Magic has, in the last couple of years, really doubled down on bringing in outside properties, other IPs, right, to make cards of and product. And there's so much product now. We just had a Ninja Turtle set last month, and 2 months before that was Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Final Fantasy came out a while ago, and Warhammer, and there's a Garfield Secret Lair that just came out 2 weeks ago. Noah, Micah, you're like, what secret lair? So my question is, what are your thoughts on this kind of experiment they've been doing the last couple of years, Magic branching out and kind of pulling a Fortnite? What do you guys say about that?
Well, it's bound to happen sooner or later, wasn't it? That was always something I was wondering why it didn't happen sooner. I remember whenever I started playing Magic with you guys, I was wondering why. I don't know. I got to say, I am one that I've never read a Magic novel or anything like that, so I haven't really engaged with Magic. What would you call it? Magic media, or like that. I remember. I read a book called The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, where they referenced him being into Magic the Gathering, and they also referenced his how much he liked how much he actually liked the story of Magic and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, what even is the story of Magic? And because it's on a bunch of cards, it doesn't seem like a very good medium for that. I've kind of stepped back that a little bit, because I thought if you do look at all the cards together, I guess they do tell a story a little bit better than I guess I would have originally considered.
You really got to read between the lines, but yeah.
Yeah. And the recurring characters, I guess, is kind of cool. Even if you don't engage with that at all, though. I mean, the game is so not based on anything the story's doing, yet I don't think it is very interesting if you don't engage with the cards as pieces that have some type of narrative meaning, which is the reason why I don't like decks that are purely mechanically, built to do something. That's why I make my bird decks very bird related and make sure all the words match. So I guess where I was landing on that is that I guess the Magic property as itself does matter, probably more so to me than I would have if you had asked me this before they were making all this stuff. I probably would have said, nah, stupid, just let them make whatever. That's clearly the answer, because why not? And now I am kind of lamenting that it isn't bound up into their own story property, way more so than I would have thought of before. I even noticed how deeply unsatisfying it was that they went from a three set structure for their story to 2 sets, because when they removed that second set, there was no way to actually make an actual coherent story arc with their cards. So if you look at one of their sets that I think had an interesting narrative theme going on, like Phyrexia, right? You've got the beginning of the Phyrexian War, and then you've got them desperately fighting in the middle set, and then the last set of New Phyrexia. Now you've got the Phyrexians mopping up, and it's got cards like War Report. See, these are not good cards, but they're narratively interesting cards where they are mopping up the remains of the Resistance, and the cyborgs have won, and they've got the Leonin guys at the very beginning who are trying to fight against the Phyrexians, and at the end you can see them being completed into cyborgs in the last set. You don't get that type of thing unless you have that 3 set narrative. if you see something comparing, I would compare it to is look at what they did with their big bads, the Phyrexians again, when they just had a 2-set beginning and end, or even with Nico Bolas, and now it's, beginning and end. It's a shame that I think they've lost a lot narratively, and then they can't. I don't think it sustains very well in that way. And even though they come up with these big, they have like, I think they've wasted a lot of their narrative juice in these last few sets where they've given up. They basically I think wasted a lot of like the big narratively interesting bad guys that are in the Magic verse pretty poorly. Like, I think they've wasted Nico Bolas, they've wasted the Phyrexians, because these are kind of
Bolas is in like
ends.
a pocket dimension right now. He got exiled or something.
Yes,
the Phyrexians always come back. It's hard to tell a story when you're using someone else's character, so I get that. Micah,
they're never told in 2 parts.
or now just 1 part, if even that.
Yeah, no,
like
1
Final
part.
Fantasy brought you in. You're a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I know you were kind of excited when the Final Fantasy set came, right? Did it not last?
Yeah. I mean,
just like that
it
one
brought me.
set.
I got things couldn't fucking buy them anywhere. It was impossible. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I got really excited and hyped, and then I couldn't buy cards. You can't even buy Magic cards. It's really stupid. And that it got scalped so heavily. I just immediately checked out. I was like, this is not fun. I got so much stuff going on. I don't want to worry about whether or not they're going to be in stock at my card shop or the Target or wherever the hell I'm looking. It became a chore. I didn't want to compete with scalpers like that.
Do people scalp Yu-Gi-Oh cards? I mean, people collect
What?
them, obviously, but is Yu-Gi-Oh collectible? The new stuff?
Yeah, it is, but I don't think people are scalping Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh is always in stock when you go to buy them, and that's the thing is it's I was trying to play Pokemon with my kids, and I couldn't get them cards. I'll just print cards. I'll do the unethical thing. But anyways, yeah. So back to that question. Yeah, it brought me in. I played it on Arena. It was okay. I thought, mechanically it was pretty lame.
Oh,
Cause I'm a big mechanics guy. I didn't think mechanics were there was no original mechanics. I don't think that I can recall. Nothing that was cool. A lot of cards were reprints just with Final Fantasy put on them. So that was kind of disappointing, for being, which I understand because they did a lot with it. They did a lot, which I guess I'm grateful for. I'm not really, I won't. That's kind of on second thought, that's kind of a dumb thing to be disappointed about. I think that's cool that they did that actually, that they leveraged cards to print more characters and stuff. I think that's cool. But yeah, Final Fantasy was cool. I played it on Arena. It brought me in, but yeah, I didn't really stick around too long because it was just so hard to get cards. I got one starter deck that my wife chanced upon at Costco. That was it. I've never seen anything else again, other than maybe the starter deck I already got in stock. Nothing else. Can't buy anything.
And then Noah, this came up.
Is that the only property you were interested in too? Is that the only property you were interested in as far as Magic goes, though?
Oh, I mean, actual printed Magic sets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's the only thing that's the only universe beyond that I've personally been in that I was interested in. The other ones, it's cool they do them, but I'm not buying them. I'm not, they're not. Yeah, nothing.
I was to say, Noah, this came up the other day, but I don't think you were aware. They had a Warhammer set, and you're a big Warhammer 40K guy. How'd you miss that?
Well, it's funny because I'm not a. Well, it's kind of. I think Warhammer is a very interesting and ironic property to bring up because I view them as entire opposites, right? So Magic is a thing where the game itself, like the actual rule set and the act of playing that game and leveraging that rule set against an opponent or opponents to try and achieve victory is the thing that I appreciate about Magic. And the narrative history and the world building around it, I couldn't give two shits about. I find it thoroughly uninteresting. Warhammer is the opposite. I have zero desire to play Warhammer 40k, but I love the lore of Warhammer 40k. I will just go into a black hole of YouTube Warhammer 40k lore videos, and I will be happy. Like, I think it's just such an interesting universe that they've created, and it's so fun to dive into. Yeah, we talked about it briefly on a previous episode as far as like this pivot that Magic has done. It's brilliant from a business perspective, right? Like I think about it. I think a way to think about it is like comparing to certain other professions. Like I know people that go into things like real estate, personal training, or life coaching. Because they're like, oh, I like to exercise, or oh, I like self-improvement and stuff, and that's my passion. And then they very quickly realize that those businesses are not about the thing that you do. All of those businesses are marketing businesses. Either you're really good at marketing or you're not. And if you're not going anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're a good coach. It doesn't matter if you've got some excellent advice as to how to live your life and be successful and feel fulfilled. Like, if you can't actually sell that shit to anybody, you're not going to be successful. And, so Magic, they realized, like, oh, like, we're not a storytelling company. Like, that's not what we do. We created this thing that we can... Well, I'm saying, like, our strength is we have this system that we can lease to other IPs, and together we can both make a mint off of it because the overhead for printing cards is fucking cheap, and we're just gonna make money hand over fist. And so they kind of had that awakening, like, oh, we're marketers now, more or less. So brilliant on their part. I can see why it's disappointing to some hardcore fans that maybe have been around for a long time. And I think another aspect that is probably kind of like having a negative effect is just like with marketing, where you've got to be the next biggest viral thing, and it causes people to do stupid shit. It makes stupid, obviously false claims or whatever. The power creep that's going on with all these sets is insane. And I mean, I don't know how some hardcore fans stay with it. I think you mentioned during a game earlier, where like, somebody who truly loves the game and has deep knowledge of it can spend a long time custom crafting a commander deck, and they'll get absolutely trounced by something right out of the box that came out of the latest set because it's so highly tuned and ridiculous. And I mean, that's got to be a really shitty feeling. You could be the Magic guy and go sit down across somebody it's their first time playing, and they'll fucking wipe the floor with you because that's just the way the game's gone. That sucks. But hey, they're making money, their partners are making money, and lots of people are happy with it. So I don't know, good, bad, depends on where you sit, I guess.
To that point, and I'll just wrap up. I, like a lot of people in the community, I would say, it's been frustrating these last couple of years because they are just, the printers are going burr. They are printing so many sets, so many new cards. They have to make sure they're all unique or powerful or interesting. So power creep is a thing. The Universe Beyond, the other IPs, look like a big cash grab, right? They've been real aggressive with all these limited edition secret layer print runs. These are like special mail order cards, like 4 or 5 at a time. You can't buy at a store. they sell out instantly. It's just it's too much, and the worry was it's just going to crash and burn. I am here to eat those words because Hasbro had their earnings call last week, and while the company is not doing well, the one shining beacon is Wizards of the Coast, the company that runs Magic. And they just had their best year ever, which is kind of surprising, but kind of not if you really think about it. I got an article here real quick, but Wizards of the Coast revenue grew 26% last year to $582 million, which is largely there by Magic and the growth that they've been doing these last couple of years. So, love it or hate it, I think, and Wizards has kind of been hinting at this if you've been paying attention to things they're saying, it's working. The Universe Beyond stuff, it's bringing in a lot of new players, a lot of money, a lot of whales, and though we may not know it, if you look at the money, Magic's probably never been in a better spot than it is right now. They are killing it.
So I would push back on the idea of lots of new players. I mean, I know lots of people that, kind of similar to Micah, like, an IP that they like, got a limited set. They bought some cards to get a couple keepsakes or whatever, a couple things to frame up and sit in their backdrop as they do a podcast or what have you. But they didn't pursue anything beyond that. They're not playing it. They're not what you would call a permanent customer. Now that being said, like, does that mean that this is going to run on Steam anytime soon? I don't think so, because you've got basically a bottomless well of established IPs that they can just rotate through for years at least. And it's one of those things that, like, it's pretty shrewd because players, right? If it was just about players, like, players could make proxies and kind of undercut all this stuff, just wait till they can find a high quality image file card, go print it out, whatever. But it's not about players and players buying stuff. It's about collectors, right? And collectors will pay for the real thing. They're not going to make a proxy to frame up and, get graded by Beckett or whatever, put the fucking plastic thing. Like, they want the thing. And so in that regard, the demand will be there. Like, it's not going to fizzle out.
Can I push back on that a little bit?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that part because like Pokemon, right, would be a good example of something where it's purely driven by collectibles, and that's the entire business. There's no link into the game at all, and it's my understanding that, like, the high value things in Pokemon are purely based on, like, not based on any game, like, ability or usefulness in whatever it's meant for, whereas it's purely based on, like, the rarity and it being shiny or whatever, a collectible demand for it purely.
Sure.
Whereas Magic, I mean, I think historically at least, that has been largely, and that's probably changing, but it has been largely driven by the usefulness of the card in the game.
Well,
like mechanically, the card is good, therefore people like, and I know, like, a lot of that was like, people would need full sets of them for tournaments and stuff, which is again why I suspect that might be changing somewhat based on, like, the secret lair stuff, and that, like, a secret lair drop would clearly be, like, collectible purely because that's just alternate art and it's rare, but it's not mechanically different from the other versions of the card. Whereas, if you wanted to have a bunch of sets, understandably have a bunch of sets of Cyclonic Rift, that card is expensive because it's good.
Yeah.
And because you'd want to have it for a bunch of decks and you want to put sets of it in there, right?
I mean, Magic for sure has an enormous, at least as far as CCGs go, like an enormous native player base, right? Like it was the most popular CCG before they started doing all of this, and I'm sure it still is. I'm just saying, like, if they track these stats, and my guess is that as a company that grosses $500 million, they probably do track these stats somewhat or try to. But like, if you were to be able to see, like, let's say, guy buys the Spider-Man set. It's his first Magic set ever, right? Like, what percentage of the people that got in on Spider-Man went in on getting his terms, and then so on and so on, right? Like, my guess is that is not particularly high, right? Like, I don't know that they're necessarily dramatically expanding their player base. They're just expanding their customer base, if that makes sense, right? If that distinction makes sense.
I will throw this in here. So I do pre-releases, right? Which is before it comes out, you can come and play before the cards come out. I pretty much go to all of them. Ninja Turtles, bomb. Or Spider-Man, bomb. So there's a Spider-Man set a couple months back. Hardly anybody showed up. The players kind of boycotted it. They weren't interested, right? And then we had Lorwyn Eclipse, which killed it. Lorwyn Eclipse, according to this article here, was the best-selling in-universe Magic set of all time. Final Fantasy, Micah, is the king right now. That sold gangbusters. That's why you couldn't find it in the stores. But we're talking about, John, like, their stories don't count. People don't, it's not interesting now, or you're not doing a good job. Lorwyn Eclipse crushed it, and that's a Magic property. That's their own characters, their own world, and that pre-release sold out. That product can't be found. It was the best-selling set until this article says dethroned. The very newest Secrets of Strixhaven is now the new best-selling in-universe set. So they are selling a ton of their own IP as well.
Wait, did you say best-selling in-universe set?
Final Fantasy is the best-selling set of all time. That's not Magic, obviously.
Okay.
Right? It's Final Fantasy.
Sure.
You take all that stuff out.
Is it close, by the way?
Huh?
Is it close or not?
Final
I'm kind of
Fantasy.
curious.
They made, I think, $5-10 million that first day. It was ridiculous. Final Fantasy was crazy. Yeah. But Secrets of Strixhaven, is now the king, and their own stuff is actually doing very well, probably because of the increased player base, the more interest, the light they're shining on it.
How much is just
how long
driven?
it sticks around, I don't know.
Again, how much is this is just driven by people playing the game? Like, these things are they're people needing cards to build decks. I mean, Magic gets actually played, and people buy cards to build decks. They buy cards that they think are good to build these decks. I guess what I'm getting at is that the property doesn't matter because there's like a mechanical reason people like decks. Apparently, the Spider-Man set was also very weak, mechanically. So therefore, people didn't want that as well because it was not a useful component in the game itself, right? Like, this is not pure. I don't know if very much of it is dependent in set, like in universe, out of universe. If Final Fantasy was a very weak set, if we made it like Kamigawa level power, would that still be the best selling set ever? Would there be enough people like Micah out there that would just buy Final Fantasy cards?
That Vivi card was all over the internet when all people talked about when you go on the forums about that set
was wanting copies of Vivi. Yes,
that was it. They're like, look at this card, and like that's just people chasing the power. It is a mechanically driven set, which
I mean, it says a lot about Magic that people like. I like that it's neat that people actually play the game. Like, I think it's it's weird to me that people buy Pokemon, and it's also like people buy a lot of Pokemon cards. Nobody plays Pokemon.
Nobody plays
Nobody plays Pokemon.
I actually think it's a pretty solid game.
Pokemon?
I think it's not that bad. Yeah, I played it. I played it with my son, and like, it's pretty good.
Dang.
I was impressed with the mechanics. I was like, oh, this is cool. I've never seen anything like this in a card game.
I actually built some decks, when Gibson was trying to get into it. And
Oh,
I was
yeah?
like, oh, yeah, I'll try playing this game.
I thought the
Ever,
benching mechanic is cool. I thought that was really cool. The bench mechanics where you've got Pokemon who aren't, and you get one bat. It's a one-on-one, and then you've got bench Pokemon.
Yeah.
And they can have bench effects while they're not in play and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Micah, when's the last time you logged into Arena, which is the mobile phone free version
When
Magic?
the Final Fantasy can't. Yeah, I really wasn't too impressed with the mechanics of the Final Fantasy, like what was released on Arena. The cards that they released, I think that's like the like, because they released a bunch of cards that weren't like standard. I think
They've been doing that for a while. Yeah,
No.
they have a bunch of like
Yeah.
internet only cards.
But
That are not
the
great.
Final Fantasy Arena standard cards, I was not impressed with. The mechanics were a lot of just recycled stuff, and
You're
it
a
just
tough
kind of felt
customer.
lame. I was like, oh, I got my favorite characters, but they're not really doing anything cool.
It's not the only. Is there still like 2 Magic the Gathering online games? Is that still a thing? Is that Magic the Gathering Online still a thing?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
That
Any
one has
cockatrice?
it has an economy, so you can actually buy, sell, and trade cards. So I think that's the only thing keeping it alive. Is people are invested. People will speculate. Like that one is still, you can make money playing that game.
Bro, that's
And
like
some people still-
NFTs or something. What? This is wild.
Yeah, NFTs before NFTs. Right? Well, I bring it up because it's not all roses. In that Arena, with again the mobile app, is not doing well. So this article says here also, when Arena came out 2019, and Arena's great. I don't play it as much as I used to, but it's free. They shovel a bunch of cards at you. I've never spent a dime, and you can play Magic anywhere you go. Quick games, easy interface. Arena, I am a big fan. If you want to
You never
fix
spent a dime?
whatever, a dime. I've never. It's free. I never
Yeah.
paid anything in Arena.
So you've never given them any money for Arena?
Nope,
Never.
never.
Have you given them any money either? Either of you
dude.
guys? No wonder.
No, it's good.
Is
Yeah,
this
you
making
play.
any money?
It
They
rewards
get
playing.
playing
You
my
play,
money
you just
already,
don't get
not
free.
not
It's
digital.
cool.
Oh my god.
When Arena came out 2019, and they were struggling to get like an online version that was appealed to masses. Anyway, it was like 25% of Magic's revenue. Today, this article says it's 10. So the online presence is shrinking, and the actual game is growing. Again, it kind of flies in the face of everything we've been saying and thinking and seeing here. At least for me, what do they do? Why? Why is that the case? I'll tell you.
You can't scalp Arena. That's why.
There's no money to be made.
That's
true.
Arena is like the core base, and eventually it's gonna just paper magic's gonna go back to that. It's gonna recede and closer to the Arena stats when, well, I don't know, maybe not. Scalpers are weird. I can't predict scalpers. I think scalpers
ruin
stay.
everything.
I think it's a giant bubble.
Think about it here
Keep
for a
growing.
second. When we play, what do we always do? Besides playing chess.
Lose to me. What?
We drink
What do we
beer.
always play?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Magic?
Sure, what do we always play when we play Magic?
We just hang out, play Commander.
Oh wait,
Commander?
are you trying to say Commander?
It's Commander. That's all anybody plays right now. Wizards
I
went all
know.
in on this. They were pushing the Commander format, which is, a small group, so it's not one-on-one. It's like 3, 4, 5. When we're idiots, we'll do a 6-person game. It takes forever, but they've been pushing that really, really hard, and it's got traction. It's got success, but you cannot play Commander on Arena. it wasn't built for that. So I wonder, is Arena struggling because is Paper Magic just that strong?
You really can't play Commander on Arena?
You can't. Supposedly they're working on it. Supposedly they're working on it. Like, it's kind of like, I was in the forums like a year ago and asking about it, and they were like,
they
were giving the winks, like,
oh my god,
not
guys.
yet. But I think that it's weird. I think mechanically the game is good, but I think, again, like what Noah mentioned earlier, the power creep has just ruined the people who were there for the mechanics of the game. They're just irrelevant, and I think Arenas, I think the longer you play Magic, you eventually realize it's just removal. That's the game. It's just removal, and it's not fun, and people leave. And so you've got the collectibles. You know, they're and that's who they're appealing to, is like you said earlier too, like the Vivi card. Like, people are buying the cards they think that are powerful, right? And when they get banned, it's a big deal because the card loses value. But that's my point. Is just people are investing in what they think is going to be the next Black Lotus. That's the culture. It's a Black Lotus culture. This card 30 years ago or whatever that will never get a reprint because it's just absolutely busted. That's what the people are chasing. And so mechanically they're appealing to that, they're appealing to the power creepers, and mechanically I think it's getting left behind. And I just think that you see that with Arena. People are just like, this game is not that it's really not that fun when you play Standard. It's just removal. And so that's why Commander is popular, because you can only have one copy of a card in your deck, right? You can't just put out 2 mana instant speed removal and fill up on that in Commander deck. You can't do that.
This guy really does not like Doomblade.
I hate Doomblade, dude.
You don't
give it like 6 years, they'll have printed so many Doomblades, people won't even play Commander anymore because it would just be Commander decks would be a bunch of Doomblade copies.
Oh my god!
It's insane. Yeah, I haven't played in a while, but yeah, they're ruining their own game. They're ruining it. You know,
Doomblade is ruining Magic.
They cut out the mid game, and now you're either winning on turn 2 or you're stretching it out. You know, with a bunch of Doomblades.
You're not gonna like it.
Control. Anyways, that's my take. I'm done.
But again, I guess the point is just, for all the doom and gloom, the naysayers, and like everything's going to crap, it looks like man, in person, Paper Magic, yeah, there's speculators, but the game is apparently super healthy right now, and the digital part is the one that's lagging, where I thought maybe, I don't know if it'd be lagging as much, but is this sustainable? Like, again, I like that you guys are kind of coming from a different perspective here, but like, is this something that they can keep doing, do you think, Noah? Is there a danger to this? Because they're going hard.
I mean,
it's product and all this stuff.
It's sustainable because it's fucking low overhead business, right? They're printing fucking parts. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the amount that they're profiting has to be just astronomical. Because the overhead is so low in that regard. I mean, their revenues could drop by enormous percentages and they could still be profitable, right? So, I mean, you could limp this thing along forever, right? I mean, the question is, like, I think, is like, you know, the customer base, like, how long can they keep such a wide customer base? And I don't think it will be forever, right? I think it's going to contract and swell, you know, probably based on a number of other things contributing to how much it's in the cultural zeitgeist and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I feel like we're kind of in this, like, nerd renaissance period where, like, being a nerd is cool. Like, it started years ago, and I feel like we're kind of getting to what I would imagine is kind of the top of that. And that, I imagine at some point will kind of give way to something else. And when that happens, the customer base is going to shrink. It's going to contract. They'll still be fine because they're just pushing fucking cards. Like, I mean, I can tell you, my take on why in person is so much more fun. I think part of it definitely has to do with Commander being the preferred format of in person, because that introduces some actual uncertainty to a game, right? If I've got a highly tuned 60 card deck and you've got a highly tuned 60 card deck, either they're a competitive matchup or they're not, right? I mean, if you really know Magic and I could see all 60 cards in both decks, I could predict the winner, right? Like, so I mean, Commander in that regard, because of the uncertainty of it, makes it a much more interesting game to play, especially because it also, that uncertainty is increased when you add more players, right? It's more complexity, more uncertainty, more things that can go wrong. Like in our game the other day where I tried to institute the bird flu, and I mean, that would have gone fucking legend had it gone off, and the fact that it got interrupted was as legendary, and like something like that just isn't possible in a 60 card heads up game. Not only that, Magic, I think, is a thing that you play with friends. I think notoriously playing with strangers is shitty, right? Playing with a bunch of people who, again, I mean, this is not to disparage nerds, because I am a nerd, we're all nerds, right? But like, there's a reason at past tournaments they've handed out fucking bars of soap as a door, the door prize, right? Like, and then on top of that, people get fucking emotionally invested in games, right? And in their decks. And I mean, we're all good friends and we're related siblings. And I mean, people fucking, pounded fists on the tables and fucking knocked over chairs and cussed each other out over fucking games, right?
That's always good.
And I mean, playing with some fucking smug ass teenage stranger, like, if I got that pissed off at them, I'd probably fucking hit them. Like, so I mean,
it's a good thing you don't do that.
I think, well, no, and I think that's part of why. I think that's part of why the online stuff just doesn't go over, because it is like this very analog, in-person, communal experience, and because of that, I don't think the digital format will ever come close to the other stuff.
People always say it's the gathering, not the magic, that people enjoy.
Oh,
but I'm curious. You kind of touched on it. I'm curious though. Is it just collectibles? Like, collectibles everywhere are just popping off now, it seems, with trading cards and sneakers and Legos and toys. Is Magic just riding the coattails of just the collectability fad that everyone's into these days?
I mean, I would just say it's like nerd culture in general, right? Like,
nerd
it's
culture, collectible culture.
Yeah, well, collectible culture is 100% nerd culture. What are you talking about?
Okay.
It's always been nerd culture.
I guess your stamp collection and your coin collectors back in the day.
Like,
right?
at what point in the 80s movie did the, like, socially well-adjusted and popular, like, person ever, display their fucking train collection or what? Right? Like,
Never.
Collectible culture has always been a nerdy thing, That's fine. It's fine. But just like, being nerdy was at one point something that would get you ostracized from, polite society and social gatherings and upward mobility. Nowadays, it's kind of like your ticket to it in a lot of ways. But that'll change. Things are cyclical and things will go swing the other way. And, that's fine.
I think kind of what Noah said earlier about low overhead costs. I think Magic will always have a core base,
100%.
keeping it alive. It's deep rooted. It has a lot to leverage on its past prints. It's a game. There's just so much in circulation. It's just a mountain, and I don't think it'll with a huge foundation. I don't think it'll ever like really go away. I think it'll fluctuate. I think the Final Fantasy was huge, and if they're smart, they'll find more IPs to do that with. But I think they need to kind of reel that in because, you know, like Ninja Turtle, Spider-Man, it's not, you know, like you're kind of that those are too niche of markets. Like they gotta go big with the universes beyond. If they do niche IPs,
don't you worry.
Niche IPs is they're gonna just shoot themselves in the foot because they're not gonna. It's a huge risk. You're taking on another IP with high expectations. Okay, if you do something kind of wrong with the Magic intellectual property, well, you have a lot of forgiveness. If you do something wrong with somebody's beloved IP and represent it incorrectly, you know, you're gonna create negative player experiences, and it's not gonna go well. So they're taking a big risk with IPs. I think they need to just do the big ones. Okay, don't do the small stuff. Don't waste people's time. They should probably dig back into the actual Magic IP, especially now that they've got a captivated audience. They should show them what they can do with that. I think this is the biggest opportunity right now to make Magic big. Not Ninja Turtles, not Spider-Man. Stop it. Just do something big with Magic. Make it cool. You know, don't do it. You know, I don't know what that is, but if it's just a really cool story and a new setting, dude, I think they recycle the same planes over and over again. Like, it's never original. Like, it's supposed to be limitless. Like, it's a universe, unlimited possibilities. And I'm always ending back in Zendikar or somewhere. I've already been. Like, come on, do new races, do new.
They did Cowboys last year, man. Come on now. They did Cowboys.
I haven't seen them. Every time I get back in, everyone's like, "I'll go back in." Well, it's Zendikar. I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I'm like, "Oh, that sounds fun." Oh, Zendikar again. This is like the last 2 times I got back into Magic. I'm playing Zendikar again, or it's Mirrodin. I'm like, "What is going on?" Give me something. You need just do. They need to stop going back. Okay, it's not Back to the Future, right? Get out of your DeLorean, put it away, and like just go look, like go actually explore new universes. That's what I want. I think that would be cool.
So nobody tell Micah that there's a Marvel set coming out in the summer, followed by a Star Trek set, and then Star Wars is rumored to be coming out the year after that. So
yeah,
don't tell
super
Micah.
smart on their part. They're gonna make mint.
Those are big. Those are big IPs. Yeah, that's okay.
They're gonna run out of IPs is what they're gonna do.
I mean, I think part of your take on it, I think, is incorrect in that, you know, from the IP's perspective, it's very low risk, right? Yeah, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and admittedly, I'm unfamiliar with the Final Fantasy set, other than that one Terra deck with Cam. Are you the one that has the Terra deck? Is it Ben?
It's Final Fantasy 6.
No, not Terra deck. Celis. The Celis deck.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you know, if I really, really loved, you know, Final Fantasy 6, and then I saw that they butchered the characters, or in my opinion, butchered them in the Magic set, that would in no way affect my love of Final Fantasy 6 or Square Enix. I just blame Magic for being a dumb company that doesn't understand the IP that they fucking released. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so for the IPs themselves, I feel like it's very low risk. You know, it's not like Star Wars is gonna lose any, not like they're gonna lose any clout if they get fucking Darth Maul wrong or don't include him or whatever. You know, the only people that stand to lose is Wizards, and even then, because their overhead is so low, as long as they don't overpay on the IP, and I'm sure they're structuring their deals in such a way that this is unlikely, they're never going to lose money on any of these.
at this point, Magic might be doing Star Wars a favor. They might be saving Star Wars if that takes off.
Wow, I heard that new movie, which I wasn't even aware it came out. I heard it's shit. So, you know, way to go, Disney.
I didn't even know who Grogu was. I knew the Mandalorian was. I was like, Grogu? Oh,
Yeah.
it's baby. They should have just been the Mandalorian and
Baby Yoda. Yeah.
That's what they should have titled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must.
You can't call it.
Yeah.
Have him grow up and still call him Baby Yoda. He'd be like a rapper, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's still
Kid
little.
Cudi or something, or you know, little Bow Wow, Baby Yoda.
I like it. The B will be the Bitcoin symbol. Bitcoin symbol for the B in Baby Yoda. That would be his rapper.
There you go. Well, again, all different backgrounds here. Again, I would have been The Sky Is Falling. I probably have been the last couple of years, but I'm never afraid to admit when I'm wrong. And again, it looks like Magic knows what they're doing here, which is good. I do like the game, of course, and I'm glad to see it grow, and more people get into it would be great. And maybe who knows? I think kind of like Warhammer. Warhammer is growing by leaps and bounds these last couple of years, it seems, becoming more mainstream. And maybe Magic is a bit behind, but maybe playing catch up. We will see. But again, this article came out here just a couple of days ago, and it's kind of eye opening to just really see kind of where the game is at a whole, but also to hear you guys' takes, because again, we all have different involvements with it, more or less. So just curious about that. Any last thoughts? Any ideas on where it goes, or things to grumble about before we leave? John looks like he's sitting on something.
You know what? I think it'll be around as long as it's a playable game. You can make these card games not playable anymore by shoveling more stuff into them. And plenty of card games have died. And I know Magic is a more durable one, but it's possible to break anything. And if they release enough bad product that is also power crept enough to make previous product no longer useful, I think it is more possible to break a game than you guys perhaps are giving credit to, right? So I don't think I think they can F it up. There's a chance, and they can totally make it so even with a low overhead, it's possible the game is no longer played, and I think more so than like Pokemon. If people aren't playing Magic, I don't think people buy Magic cards. Like, straight up.
Well, as the article here says, Hasbro as a whole is really not doing great. Like, the toy division is down, the game division's down. Really, Magic is kind of like the golden
I was thinking,
goose.
what the heck else does Hasbro sell? What? Board games?
That'd be my guess.
Is it just
Stuff
board
like that.
games?
I'm sure they sell like action figures and things like that
They got
too.
Star Wars and like I think Transformers. Like they got all the big
Like
toys.
real literal toys. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, they can't
Yeah.
be doing well. My God. Can you even imagine if that was your business right now?
That's a rough business.
Yeah, kids don't even like. I think of my own kid. He's not sitting there going like, "Get me some action figures." Give me
Yeah,
some.
no,
Yeah, come on, get out of here.
man. Action figures are for adults now. It's, how that
Yeah,
works.
it's like there's only so many millennials
yeah.
that you can find that would be willing to buy that type of stuff.
Not to derail, and I won't go. But I mean, just next time you're like at Target or Walmart, go look down the toy aisle. It's been like this for a while, but very, very different the kind of stuff they're selling now. A lot of video games, a lot of YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the toy scene is very, very different, and it's very internet focused, which makes sense. Saturday morning cartoons don't exist anymore, but it's different. It's a rough space to be in. So anyway, Magic toys, where are those? Oh, they tried those. Okay. All right, well, this is way too much magic for one podcast. I'm sorry, guys, to put you through that ringer. But, again, just came out. It wouldn't make sense to do this next week because it'd be old news by then and nobody would care. So I will let you get back to your Memorial Day evenings, and I will catch you and everybody else later. Thanks again for listening all the way through this episode of VIPTAVIT, and we will see you next week. Adios.